Hi, myself Sourav Bandyopadhyay. I'm working as a Deputy CEO in Bengal PLS Housing Development Company Limited, currently in Kolkata. This Bengal PLS is a subsidiary of PGFI, who are into the real estate business since last 3 decades, and we have already developed more than 1 lakh square feet worth of the buildings, affordable as well as high end to the societies. And now currently we are doing a project named Abhidipta 2, which is comprised of 10 lakh square feet, almost 50% each for high end as well as affordables. So we are having LIG as well as HIG complex in this particular project. So Abhidipta is a pioneer project for Bengal PLS because this is the first journey they have gone with a high end and high rise. The Abhidipta 2 is the third tallest building in Kolkata, other than the 42 and Urbana, and this is the tallest on the EN bypass. So this is a landmark project, and we have started our journey in 2018, and now we are about to complete to this particular project. So we are expecting that by this year end we are going to deliver the projects to our end users, that our customers, and I hope this project will be a great success. So the challenges comes in 2-3 different aspects. Like one challenges will be related to the finance, that how project funding will going to come, whether our sellability will be good or not. If suppose we come up with a project with a X amount, and if my sellable proposition is not good, that is which is my earning basically, then I have to stop my project in between, because I am not going to either I have to debt myself or I have to stop my project. Right? So the funding will be one challenge. Second challenge will be getting into the materials, the resources. So getting into resources, their sourcing, their utilization, that's a very big challenge. So what material you are using it, whether the sourcing of the material is correct or not, and then their availability part of it. That's very important. And third aspect, which is the most challenging part of it, how exactly you are managing your entire force, which may be as a labor force, your own working colleagues, the stakeholders like your contractors, your vendors, suppliers, these entire stakeholders including your clients, this managing part of it, that's also a big thing. So that depends on how exactly good you are as an organization wise, how good you are selecting your teams, how good you are managing things. So that's important. It's a challenge, but you have to overcome the challenge and you have to succeed. Looking into the work culture in different zones or different geographic areas of India, what I find out is the construction styles are almost like similar. The contractor works the same kind of contracting styles, because they are having their head office or zonal offices in different areas, but they are also a pan-India contractor, so they know the different work cultures. But in some cases, I'll tell you one example. See, people in western part of it or in southern part of it, a lot of ladies get engaged to the labor part of it. But in East India, or now I think in North also, people are barring the ladies labor getting into the site. Like in East, we do not have any single ladies labor, female labor. But when you look into the West part of it, you will find it out a lot of female laborers, they're working in a sites. They come along with the family. We used to put a crèche, at the site, so that their children can be, raised in the crèche areas. Then mothers are doing work as well as they are feeding their babies. So these sort of different, scenario we are going to see. And also you will find it out a lot of weather related aspects. So the West is bit hot. Their sunset is around 8:30 p.m. In East, the sunset is around 5:30 p.m. So the working hours, that's, that though we call it as 8 hours is the minimum, working hours, and we also pay wages as per 8 hours durations. But these working hours differs. Like we start usually in Ahmedabad or Baroda, people used to start work in the summer at 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. they have to switch off, because the temperature is so hot they can't even touch the reinforcement bars. So again they have to start at 4 o'clock. So working hours, though it is 8 hours durations, but working actual hours is a different. So these are all different for different geographic areas. If you go and do a construction in Ladakh, it will be a different in winter days, like in summers. So the summers is different, winter is different. So this is the one which is at the grassroots level. And also look into the building material aspect of it. In some particular area of India, you will find more better sand compared to some other areas, in drought areas. Like now in northern part of India, people are using crusher dust as a sand, replacement of sand, because there is no sand, the river has been all dried. In eastern part of it, sometimes in rainy season we don't get sand. So that's, we have to find out some sort of alternative materials. People are now looking for a different building products, correct, compared to the traditional products of concrete, brick, cement, steel, concrete, something like that. So that people are looking at, because concrete structure is it's very easy to build, availability of steel is huge, so raw material won't be an issue, and you require less people to construct a very huge building, and also the minimum time will require for going for it. So you will find it out, most of manufacturing segment they go for steel structure because it's very easy to build and it will take very less times. So in residential, personally I feel like steel will not going to be sustain more. Steel has to be replaced with some other building materials that can be of any kind of a hollow structures, or once I just gone through some literatures for making an MGO walls. Like people are making a lot of dry walls nowadays. So dry wall will be replaced with the brick walls, correct? So steel is not a, you can say, the 100% replacement of concrete. Concrete can be a part of it, but along with the concrete, other segments we can change it to a different type of products. Like typical concrete or bricks can be replaced with a dry wall systems. So these are all will minimize the cost also. They will minimize the time of doing the masonry work. Plaster will be completely eliminated, and also it will going to give you the same kind of benefits what a typical brick wall used to give you. So these things can be, but steel is, for residential part of it, I don't feel like steel is 100% replacement of a concrete. It cannot be. People don't feel like to stay in a steel structure. And also the problem in India is that our this weather content part of it. Steel for the all weathers will not going to suit. In some cases it will be, but not for all. So for residential segments, steel, I don't see that it will going to have a very huge impact. We can see in Calcutta also there is a one steel structure people has been made for a trial basis, but I think that is a single structure has come up so far, because nobody is now looking for a kind of a replacement of the steel with the concrete. But I don't say the concrete is the only part of it. A lot of work is going on to replace the concrete with some other products, and that is going to come up very soon. Drywall is now very common. We are not using nowadays our masonry part of it. We are already replaced with the drywall mostly. So people are using it. So now we need to look into this replacement of a concrete. So that also is coming up. Means I just gone through some papers yesterday that people have come up with different kind of a products. They want to replace the concrete with that product, and that has a zero carbon content. So I need to look into that. I told them to come to the office and share the details too. So let me see how exactly it is and whether it can be utilized to a in trial basis in some of my projects. So if I find it out, so that can replace the concrete entirely. So that's the beauty of it. But I don't see that steel will going to completely replace the concrete. I think south, particularly Bangalore, is the best. Bangalore, Hyderabad is I think the most suitable weather we are having. Why I am saying is because throughout of the year you will find it out a similar kind of a temperature over there. See, north, the winter, you will find it out there is a slack from November to Holi, because after November, Diwali, there will be a kind of a slack time. Also winter comes in, it's very chilly. In the west part of it, the summer is very hot. In eastern part of it, rainy season is a slack time. We don't work in rain. Productivity almost like 50% on the rainy part of it, rainy season, because here is a havoc in rains. But in central India or towards south, I'm not saying extreme south like in Chennai and all, because Chennai is also very hot, and relative moisture content is very huge. But Bangalore, Hyderabad, these are all the places, or Pune, it's a good places to work because of this weather part of it, because where you can throughout the year you can work, and the work culture is also good. There's a very common, simple definition of quality is having, a smile on customer face, irrespective of whatever the specification has been, catered to that. So everybody wants a good quality, irrespective of zone, irrespective of, class of people. Correct. Everybody, according to as per their affordable limits, they look for a quality products. Like somebody's affordability may be less, someone's affordability may be more, but everybody needs a good product, quality products. Everybody likes that. Looking into the the market conditions in India part of it, the eastern part is flat. Here in eastern India, the affordable segments, affordability is compared much lesser than compared to the west and north or south. Calcutta comparatively is you can say that is a least costly metro compared to the other metros. The living cost, standard of living is much lesser than compared to other metros for the Calcuttas. So obviously here people do not have that sort of fund capacities to buy or purchase of flats or commercial complexes what people can in north or west or south can go for. Buying capacity for Delhi NCR or Mumbai or Pune, or if you look into the Bangalore or Hyderabad, is much higher compared to the Calcutta. So the big ticket size more than 3 CRs, 4 CR, 5 CRs can be sold out in a night time in those areas compared to Calcutta. But Calcutta, if you want to sell a flat more than 2 CR, you need to struggle a lot.